Hey everybody, welcome to Backup Game Day Show, your ticket to accelerating IT transformation through backup. We're live. I'm Paul Garangelli.
And I'm Michael Wilke.
And it's insane. We're here in Vegas. It's live. It's EMC World 2013. We are surrounded by the surreal, right? The sublime, and freaking superheroes running around the corridors. We got Ditko over here with his cigar. We got speed painting in the back.
Yep.
We got the masseuse on the loose. It's Vegas, baby.
The talking robots.
Talking robots, people posing, having pictures with robots.
It's
Is this what it's all about? Why didn't you tell me this 6 months ago? I would have said yes like that.
The EMC World, I know,
Yeah.
it's an incredible event. I mean, really, where else can you go to see over 500 technical sessions, over 30 hands-on labs, and, wait for it, Bruno Mars.
And Bruno Mars is tomorrow night, right?
He's tomorrow night,
Yeah.
Wednesday, yeah.
So there's a lot of sublime, surreal, fun stuff going on, but also some serious conversations in the hallways are happening. as
Yeah,
well,
a lot
right,
of serious stuff. Obviously your companies invest in you to come to this show to learn, and in fact, we can have a little bit of fun along the way is great. But we're here really to try to help you along your transformational journey. And the message with this show is that backup and archive is an integral part to that journey. Because unless you've got those two foundational pieces in place, it's going to be really difficult for you to accelerate and other initiatives within your organization. It's just not going to happen.
And look, we got you guys, studio audience.
And a studio audience.
Are you feeling it? Are you having a good time in Vegas, for crying out loud? That's what we want to know. Now here's the thing, we're not only broadcasting here to you guys, but we're kind of going long, going deep, going global.
Yeah, you know the adage, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas? Well, the one exception, and by the way, this is the one exception, is here, where we're actually streaming this segment live to the EMC Community Network. So all of your colleagues who are envious that they couldn't make it here, we'll post this segment for on-demand replay after the show, so you can tell them what you were doing there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, for those of you who are new to the show, the idea here is that backup is not seen just as a defensive tactic and strategy, but really it can be an offensive strategy, and a real game changer for a company.
Yeah, and what we've been doing throughout the last 2 days is talking to a lot of customers about their individual journeys and how they're using EMC Backup to help accelerate their transformation. And our next guest is going to be someone really interesting to hear their story.
Yeah, talking to a lot of customers, eating a lot of food. Are you guys finding that's true? That's the case? All right, I think I'm feeling it. Are you
feeling it.
Are you guys feeling it?
Ready to crank
Are
it?
you ready for our guest? Nice round of applause. Leslie, bring our guest on. Michael, you have the honors.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Tom O'Reilly with Maersk Oil.
Yeah.
Tom, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Tom, welcome. Thank you for being here.
Yeah.
We're honored to have you here. The question everybody wants to know, did you have some of the chocolate-covered pastries earlier in the day like all these people did?
I missed out on that, actually.
Dude, you're missing it. We're going to take care of you after the show. Now, here's what we're going to do. We're going to have a serious conversation, and we want you guys to really be a part of this as well. So we're going to give you an opportunity, and as Leslie mentioned to you before, you got an opportunity to ask a question. You win some free swag, including that nice little duffel bag, and we have a grand prize that we're going to give away a little bit later on. But right now, we're coming out there. You ready?
I'm ready. Let's
You
do
ready,
it.
Tom?
Let's
All right, let's do this. Are you ready? You guys got your game faces on. I love that. All right. Melinda's, she's smiling. She's ready. These guys are smiling. They're ready.
Always.
Should we go? What do you think? Should we hit up a polling question first?
Let's start with a
Does a polling question work for you?
Yes.
Okay, we got the green light. We're good to go. Bruce, bring it up, baby. Here we go. Polling question number 1. Now you'll have 10 seconds when I tell you to fire it off on these little devices here. It's pretty straightforward, easy to do. Leslie showed you how that worked. Why are you watching this show? Answer number 1, I'm interested in backup and archive. Come on. Number 2, are you serious? Dude, I'm here for the freaking free t-shirt. Don't be an idiot. 3, I was tired of walking and these chairs felt so good. Right, brother?
They're pretty comfortable.
Yeah, he was the first one here. And 4, the last one, I'm lost. All right, you guys ready? 10 seconds starts now. And remember, if you ask a question of our expert Tom, you will get a free duffel bag. Raise your hand, Les will point you out, and I'll come find you and we'll ask you a question. All right, time's up. Here's our, why are you watching the show? Are you ready for this, Michael?
I'm ready.
Number 1, I'm interested in backup and archive, 60%. Followed by a very close second, I think it was free t-shirts.
Well, everybody wants a free t-shirt, but it just goes to show that backup does matter, right?
Yeah,
Every
thank
day-
you for answering correctly. How much is
Thank
that
you.
going to cost us?
$20.
Okay, that works.
Okay.
That's reasonable. No.
See,
he's
Leslie.
joking. All right, yes, see Leslie. She'll take care of everything. All right, should we do one more legitimate, serious business
Yeah, one more
question?
to get us
Are
going.
you good with that?
Yeah.
Everybody good with that? This guy's saying yes, he's nodding. Okay, let's fire it up. What do you got, Bruce? How does your company view backup? 1, it's a cost center, nothing more. 2, it is a tactical necessity to protect against what-if scenarios. 3, game changer, a strategic investment in company's future. And 4, it's evolving. Who knows? It's kind of in between, maybe 1 and maybe 2. 10 seconds starts right now. Give us your honest opinion. You too, what you're thinking. Okay, I'm getting hand signals on some answers here. We're going to find out what the actual answer is right now. Time's up. The answer is, how does your company view backup? And the winner looks like it's number 2. It's a tactical necessity to protect against what-if scenarios.
Exactly.
Would you say does that ring a bell? Sound accurate?
I think so. So I mean, that's a good way to start off our conversation
Absolutely.
with Tom. Before we get going, let's just take a quick second, Tom, if you can tell us about, what does, I mean, we could probably guess, but what does Maersk Oil do?
Yeah.
And what's your role?
Surprisingly enough, we are an oil producer.
I'm clairvoyant.
Yeah. We're a global company. We're a mid-sized oil company all over the world. I'm actually from the Doha, Qatar office, where I'm in charge of the team that runs the backup, the storage, the VMware, all the good stuff.
Okay. So, all joking aside, the work that, that sort of geospatial, the work that goes on in the oil and gas industry, that's some big data, right? That's a lot of data you're generating. So one of the questions we always ask customers, is, what was the one thing, what was the big headache, the big problem that you had that really was sort of the tipping point that caused you to say, enough's enough, we're going to change the way we're doing things.
Yeah.
What was that sort of aha moment?
I think it happened about, 2.5, 3 years ago, where we started our data was growing so fast that we couldn't keep up with it. We were doing tapes, carrying around tapes around the building, and we had full-time employees just working with the tapes. So we needed to make a change to deal with the growth that we were seeing. So we went with data domain.
Data domain, awesome. And so you're backing up a host of applications and virtual environments as well, and just sort of a little bit of everything.
Yeah, a little bit of everything. We're heavily virtualized, and we have our
About
mission.
what percentage would you say?
98.
So you're heavily
Yeah.
virtualized. Wow. And I think you mentioned that you're kind of looking at some additional. Is virtualization one of the next things that you're, kind of looking to make sure that you're covered from a protection standpoint?
Yeah, basically, our infrastructure has evolved so that we're very focused on VMware or virtualization and our NAS to store our big data. So we're actually just now in the process of implementing Avamar to help us take advantage of the benefits for the virtualization.
Yeah,
and
which are
NAS.
huge. Yeah, Avamar for protecting VM and then data domain.
Michael, I got a question here from the studio audience. We're at the 2:45 mark, by the way, just to let you guys know. Sir,
Thank
what is
you.
your first name?
Tony.
Tony, what is your question for our guest?
Well, the question is, how easily does, if you have another third-party enterprise backup solution that's not Avamar, how does it integrate with your data domain?
Yeah, we have Symantec Net Backup, which we use with the data domain. It works great. I mean, it's built to work with these kinds of applications.
Yeah.
How long was as a customer, how long was your journey from idea to pulling the trigger to seeing results? How long did that whole process take?
Probably about 3 years. We've been working on it. So we had the idea, we implemented data domain. Now we've evolved, and now we're working to implement Avamar. So about 3 years.
Nice.
Yeah, and the question before about what else are you using is really a good one, because what we see happening in the environment is, first off, there's a lot of different ways you can protect data. There's other third-party products out there. You can back up Oracle just using RMAN. You've got data protection tools being built into the hypervisor. So the fact of the matter is, you need to be flexible in your solution. In this case, Tom was running Symantec products, and he was able to seamlessly drop data domain, and I would assume your life got a lot, better real quick.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
What would you say? I mean, we're down to like just a minute. Either one of you can talk about it or expand on it. Just more, we hear the buzz phrase is business value, right? So where exactly is that, would you say, coming from, the business value?
I think it's, in the security that we know that we have our copies of our data, both in our primary data center and in our DR. And then the speed which we can react to requests. Restores used to take obviously much longer.
Great.
So
We're just about out of time. We got one more segment to go. Ask a question, you get a free duffel bag. Sir, you have a question? Do we got time or should I save? Okay, we're gonna come on over here. Oh,
Sure.
I'm coming through here. I got to duck so I don't cross over the camera. Sorry, sir. Tell me your name.
Paul.
Paul. That works. That's my first name too. I love that when that happens. No, seriously. What is your question?
So the hard numbers, how much data are you protecting and what's your RPO and RTO against that?
We are protecting, the data domain is 76 terabytes, and we're just basically doing a nightly backup, so our RPO is 24 hours basically. RTO, it depends on where we're coming from, how old we're going, but coming off of a disk versus coming off of tape, it's so much faster.
There's the timer. We're out of time for this segment. We are going to come back in just a moment, so stick around. If you have a question, you'll get the free duffel bag and also the grand prize drawing with the ping pong ball, right? We got that coming up as well. You are watching Backup Game Day Show live in Vegas at EMC World 2013. We're back right after this important timeout.
When NetApp filers fail, your Yahoo Sports Fantasy League crashes. When your Yahoo Sports Fantasy League crashes, it starts a ripple effect that leads to the collapse of the free market system. When the free market system collapses, it means communism. When it's communism, it means you go back to the Stone Age. When you go back to the Stone Age, you find that NetApp has already been there for years. Don't go back to the Stone Age with NetApp. Transform yourself with EMC.
Here in Vegas, are you guys having fun? Look at you, happy, smiling, clapping hands, people. We appreciate your participation. We got just a little bit of time left. We got one more question to go, sir. Your name?
I'm Mo.
And what is your question for Tom?
The question is how much deduplication you are getting out of your data domain and what data you are protecting.
So we're protecting mostly Microsoft, Windows, Exchange, SharePoint, those types of things. And I believe the number we're kind of hovering around is like 91% dedupe. So pretty good. Yeah.
I'm getting the word that we are out of time. So, Michael, I know, it goes by quick, doesn't it?
It does go by quick.
It does? It's amazing. Before I toss it to you for the final, just kind of wrapping it up, sort of like what we've heard here. Obviously, backup and archive matter. Seriously?
Yeah, so
Does that pretty much sum it up?
it does
Simply
matter.
put.
I think Tom's story is pretty good. By the way, I'm sure he could hang for a few seconds if any of you have any other questions, to ask him directly. But good story, right? Started with a big pain that they had, which was tape. They solved that by dropping data domain in the environment. Then they started to move on to the next phase of getting better at what they're doing and looking at Avamar. And I'm sure at the end of the day, you've got other projects that you want to be able to devote your time to, and not have to worry about tapes and all that kind of thing.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely.
Great story. So,
All right, I think we're ready for the final, which is the big moment, the big drawing. We're going to give Tom the honors and pull
Slide
in the
that
number.
down here, Tim.
This is to see who's going to win the really sweet headphones over here. Leslie's holding them up. There is a number on your ticket. You will be
read
the
it
winner.
out.
Number 10.
Number 10.
10.
Is 10 in the house. Raise your hand if you are. Number 10.
Look at
Don't be shy.
no game control.
He's the winner. Over. Nice round of applause.
That was the most underwhelmed winner
Subdued.
we've ever had.
Subdued, to say the least. And a nice round of applause for our guest, Tom, as well. Ladies and gentlemen, we are flat out of time. Keep in mind, we do have experts here in the booth who can answer any kind of questions that you may have. And it's been a blast. I'm Paul Garangelli for the guys. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you next time tomorrow. Thanks for watching live from Vegas, EMC World. Woohoo! See you later. Backup Game Day Show live.